Today, we are going to talk about a hidden tech that 99% of players have never utilized inside of their game. It's something I only see pros doing, and that is going to be edging. Now, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. So get ready, prepare yourself, and let's go ahead and dive right into it. First, let's go ahead and talk about what edging is. A lot of you guys are probably confused, and I completely understand. All edging is going to be is when a smoke and a Molotov are going to meet. Now, normally when this happens, if we stand in a molly, we're going to burn, right? We're going to take damage. But Counter-Strike 2 is really weird with the way smokes work. And if we are in the smoke, but actually standing in the molly, you can see I got a little toasty. I have full vision here, but I'm technically in the flames, right? The smoke covers me so that I take no damage. This might seem very useless until you think like a pro and you think of how you can use this mechanic to your fullest advantage. I'm going to give a bunch of different examples on different maps here. First, let's talk about long dust 2. We're going to run out long and throw the smoke off the wall right here, and it is going to perfectly put out any molly and allow us to peek on the outside here. But also, if the molly actually does land, maybe they throw a bad one and it just like hits right there, we are going to be able to peek and take 0 damage. As you can see, I'm literally standing in the flames. I could fight this. I could go for an up pick. It is super effective. I see players going for that pick all the time. It's something that's worked out for me very nicely. It's just very surprising when that happens. So I'm going to give you a message from the sponsor of today's video, and then we're going to talk about some other examples of this.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
So now we're over here on Ancient, and this is actually going to be one that the CTs might do for you by themselves. Generally, like the strategy on Ancient is to throw this elbow smoke, and then they also dump incendiaries down here in mid. I have been going for this op pick, generally with a teammate throwing a flash to blind the CTs from here, where I actually sit in this smoke and molly and edge it. I will sit here and go for this opening pick. Again, very surprising because they're like, dude, we mollied it and we smoked it. How is he in the flames, right? But because, again, of this secret mechanic inside of the game, it can just lead to the freest picks. Look, anytime you do this, it is going to be stressful. It is not going to be the easiest fights to take. You have to be very fast. You have to be quick, especially in this mid fight. A lot of times you got to turn around a lot because they might throw flashes as well. That's going to depend on the game you play. But I'll whip this out when I need to surprise enemies and really tilt them with a good edging. Let's go ahead and hop over to Mirage for an example now. We are here on Mirage. Let's talk about some ways that you can exploit this mechanic. Generally, if you're going to be a pal slurk, you're going to have to deal with them smoking you off constantly, right? This is very frustrating. It's annoying. But one thing you can do to really catch them off is sit here and throw a molly that lands outside of Palace on the balcony, right? They're going to hear that and think, oh, yeah, like he's mollying it. No way he's peeking, right? Like he's smoked, he's mollied. But what you're really doing is during that whole time, you're sitting here and going for an opening pick. Now, if you could learn a lineup that lands exactly where you want it, I would recommend that. For me, I just kind of free ball. I'm not really a pal slurk, but this is something that every player is utilizing at a high level. Again, just so surprising. And it's just something that you could do against lower level players that don't understand this mechanic that just gets these weird, surprising looks. It's also why on CT side, guys, if they ever are throwing a bench molly, which just you shouldn't be doing this anymore on a T side because of this mechanic. If they're ever throwing that, edge it. You're going to get free kills. They're going to have no idea that this is a possibility, and it's just too easy not to do. Now, on CT side over here, one thing that I do when I notice that the Ts, when they're running out B and they're throwing this molly, I will sit here and throw my own smoke down, acting like it's a defensive smoke, but really I'm sitting inside of it now. And make sure you don't go too far. You'll start getting toasty. And you sit here, and they all run past you, and you can pick off like the third or fourth guy that goes out. Any chance that you can take advantage of this mechanic, you should, because it is, again, just so unbelievably surprising. People are never ready for it, and it can just lead to the freest kills. I love teaching players very specific, very custom things like this. Please check out my coaching services on CoJoMo.gg. I offer very reasonable price for the things that we talk about, the things we learn. And if you need something free, check out twitch.tv/CoJoMoCS. Every single weekday I'm live streaming there. So hey guys, thank you. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.